What up, my poker peeps? It's the Hatter. And in today's hand, I want to talk about the micros. And when I mean micros, this is online. It's 10 cent, 20 cent. And this is a lot of the stakes that a lot of beginning players start to play. And if you ain't careful, the micros will drive y'all crazy. I'm telling you. So I just want to talk about this hand and show the lower stakes, because I know I have players and probably followers that play all kinds of stakes. And I kind of want to show all the stakes and kind of talk about the differences, because it ain't just cut and dry. When you go through these stakes, there's a lot of differences. People may not want to admit it, but I've played enough that I figured out there's a lot of differences. And the micro stakes is sort of like, it's call stations for real, because no one respects the value of the chips. So anyways, let's jump into it and we'll talk about it. All right. So under the gun folds, I got pocket fours. I'm going to go ahead and open up 2.5x here. So open up to 50 cent. Hijack folds. Cutoff's going to call. Button gets out of the way. Small blind, big blind, both call. All right. So like I said, we're playing micros. There's $2 in the pot, and these are one of the hardest boards to play. So the flop comes 9 of diamonds, 2 of diamonds, 4 of diamonds. So we flop bottom set. So, I mean, that's really what you want with pocket fours. You want to flop a set. So we do that. But as you can see, we're going 4 ways. And to be honest with you, the ranges in the micros, ranges really ain't a thing, y'all. I know people are going to probably argue this with me, but for the most part, man, it's impossible to put these people on a range. Because as you can see, I mean, 50 cent, 30 cent, 40 cents, what they called, they're calling with anything, y'all. So it is very, very possible that they could definitely have diamonds here. So, like I said, you got to tread lightly here. You don't want to just stack off, even though a set's a great hand, you just don't want to just stack off into a multi-way pot when someone has a flush. So the small blind is going to go ahead and check. And the big blind, the main villain in his hand, he's going to go ahead and bet pot. All right. So what could he have here? Yes, he could have the flush. You wouldn't think if he had the nut flush that he would be going betting this much. So, but he could have like the ace or king of diamonds, and he's trying to rep it and try to bully me out of it. Or he could have some type of 2 pair. I mean, it's kind of hard to have 2 pair because I block all the 4s, and 2-4 is the most likely 2 pair combo. I mean, you would think, like I said, there's no ranges, but 9 deuce, deuce 4, 9 4. I mean, it's just hard to think they got them hands. So at this point, I'm thinking either he has the flush or he has a high diamond and is trying to bully me out of it. Or he could have, like a hand he could have is like, say, the ace of diamonds and the 9 of spades, something like that. Or the 10 of diamonds and the 9 of spades, or, you know, a pair and a high diamond is definitely a possibility. So, of course, I'm going to go ahead and smooth call and try to hit a boat. Cutoff calls. And another reason I want to just smooth call here is I definitely want to see the turn. And if another diamond comes off and they go crazy, I can get away from the hand, because we're not just going to lose our whole stack just trying to chase something. And we'd like someone else to come in. So if we do boat, we have a bigger pot, but that don't happen, and we go to the turn. So the turn is our bingo card. It's the 2 of spades. Now, the only hand that we really should lose to here, I mean, he could have pocket 9s, he could have pocket deuces. If he's got that, whatever. But anyways, as it goes, he's going to go ahead and bet pot again. At this point, like, I'm in position, so I'm going to go ahead and smooth call. I don't want him to think that I have a boat or anything like that. I want to pretty much represent that I got a high diamond and I'm chasing, trying to hit the high diamond. So I'm going to go ahead and call. I mean, he's so pot committed, he should just shove and do all the work for me. But if not, whatever the river is, I'm going to go ahead and stick it in. So that's the plan I'm going with here. So I call, and the river is the king of spades. Now, if he does have something like ace 9 with the ace of spade or ace of diamonds, he could still bluff here, or the king could slow him down. Or a hand he could have is the king of diamonds with like a 9 of clubs or whatever. And then he's got 2 pair and he's probably going to go with it. But anyways, he's going to rip it in. We're going to snap him off. And we got lucky on a turn. He did flop the flush, as you can see. So that's sort of how the micros work. I mean, the ranges are so wide. You really just need to play value and stick with value hands. And try not to balloon pots if you don't really have the nuts. I mean, that's the best advice for playing the micros, to be honest with y'all. All right, Hatter out. See y'all.
Gotta find my way to